Salutations and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kidology and I make videos about everything and anything to do with modern society. Today we are going to be looking at a phenomena which I've been seeing online for quite a while now, and it intrigues me because I think it explains a lot about the growing animosity and divide between modern, specifically online women and men.
Men are 80 to 90% of the military. They run all of the infrastructures that make society run. So I just think if we want an equal say in society, then be equal. Do 50% of the hard job. Be 50% of the military.
What makes a guy instantly unattractive?
If they're broke.
Who do you think has it easier in life, guys or girls?
Girls.
Yeah, girls.
Why?
Pretty privileged.
What would you do if I couldn't cook?
You'd be single.
Can you cook?
That's irrelevant.
No. Can you cook though?
Can you fight? Can you protect your man? Can you even provide for your family? If the man you're with would quite literally die for you, I don't think it's too unreasonable for him to ask you to make a sandwich. Somebody said, me and the boys, food? Yeah, I'm outside. Yeah, that's very accurate. It's not our fault that we can't get to the damn point. It's just how our brains work.
Men value symmetry. So also I'm a bad speller, so if I spell anything wrong, AKA beauty. I guess we'll say in shape, and let's just say, motherly qualities, and I'm not gonna get too in the weeds here, but let's just say mother qualities. So, good with kids, cooks, cleans, and even if you outsource that stuff, they still want, them to be feminine, whatever. Now, let's talk about the average American woman. And the average woman is not a good cook, not good at cleaning, and honestly, hasn't spent a lot of time around children, So this is, again, the average American woman.
A few minutes ago, a notorious and very large Twitter account called Cloud World posted this video.
Very much a fool in most of my decisions.
Even with all the success that you've had, you're an incredible mother now, businesswoman, you're working with Playboy, you still look back on that and you still feel ashamed?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that people can see me naked on the internet or can see those things happening to me. I think that it's gross.
That is crazy that you can build this whole life and you still feel ashamed.
I mean, I'm proud of myself and what I've done, and I wouldn't take anything back. However, it's not like I like the idea that people can view that of me. I personally, those videos make me want to throw up.
If you don't know, Clown World is ultimately an account that is anti-woke, that likes to look at the hypocrisy of modern people, which basically means it likes to look at the hypocrisy of the modern contemporary online left and modern woman. The idea is to point out how deluded modern woman and the modern left, modern progressives are. And I point this out because last week, Clown World posted another video that they have now deleted after I think myself and other people pointed out the hypocrisy of Clown World itself. What ultimately happened is Clown World fell into a trap which Clown World had been trying to clown against. The video that Clown World posted was made by a content creator called Riley May. And that's who I'm going to be speaking about today, because Riley May is a very interesting online presence and figure. These accounts, e.g. Riley May, are made by women to capitalize off men who spend their time online raging after young and pretty women. While you all think she's being humbled, she's paying for her retirement at 30 on your counterproductive rage alone. You're the clowns. Riley May is a very good example of a business model that is currently making a lot of women a lot of money. The figurehead of this business model and of these content creators is Pearl Davis, most notably known as JustPearlyThings. And I'd like to explain this business model with reference specifically to Riley May and a few other content creators like her online today. Because the fact that Clown World, a very successful Twitter account that is essentially making a living for a whole team of people, fell into the business model and trap of Riley May is testimony testament to its success and to why it is flourishing. In this video, I'll be calling this business model the JustPearlyThings business model or the Rage Cells business model. So what is the JustPearlyThings business model and why does it work so well? Just a preface, I say that Pearl Davis is the figurehead of this business model because I don't think that she actually subscribes to it. I think that Pearl believes precisely what she is saying, but I think other people who make content similar to hers don't believe what they are saying. They are not as invested in the cause or as invested in red pill content. The difference between Pearl Davis and these content creators is specifically, I would say, insofar as looks are concerned. They are far more attractive or sexually attractive and appealing than Pearl. However, they recognize that they can make as much, if not more money than Pearl from spewing the same kind of things and sentiments that she does. They are not invested in the sexual politics in as much as they are invested in the money to be made from the sexual politics. The JustPearlyThings business model is essentially content that is made explicitly by women. This content is made by these women with the explicit purpose of humiliating, embarrassing, and degrading themselves. And this degradation, this embarrassment, and this humiliation is always done sexually. It is with the purpose of sexually humiliating them, and it is always in pursuit of virality. A few weeks ago, JustPearlyThings was described as the female Andrew Tate, and there is a lot of power and sway with this title. JustPearlyThings appeared on the Piers Morgan show, Piers Morgan Uncensored, about a week ago. And when she was described as this, it really resonated with his audience. His audience was demanding for Piers to bring Pearl back onto the show, not because they necessarily liked her, but because she was so entertaining. Her reactionary stance, her reactionary statements were a breath of fresh air. And what they most liked was that she was in confrontation, not with Piers Morgan, but with a staunch feminist who was also on the show. The virality of this segment of Piers' show came from the fact that JustPearlyThings made this feminist look not just meek, not just a lot more sane and quieter than herself, but basically made her look stupid. It didn't matter what this journalist was saying to JustPearlyThings. It didn't matter that the things that Pearl said didn't make logical sense. This was all for entertainment. And Pearl won on that front. Because what Pearl was doing was addressing the very feminism and modern woman that are so ridiculed and so questioned online today.
I wouldn't call it misogynistic. I say be equal. So again, men do all of the feminists. Well, then okay, I'd love for the feminists. Please apply for the oil rigs. Please go do the hard jobs in society. They're open. They're hiring because I don't equate for. I don't think men or women are equal until we do the equal work.
So why don't you start doing the equal work? Why aren't you plumbing? Why aren't you building? Why aren't you out there becoming equal? If that's all you want, and it isn't misogynistic, it isn't spiteful, it isn't resentment, it's just equality.
Leave marriage for the people that actually believe in for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, in sickness and in health till death do us part.
But doesn't the sanctity of marriage also rely on the woman being a virgin, so you wouldn't be able to get married?
What do you mean?
Well, you've spoken quite openly about how you're not a virgin, and so if you want to preserve that sanctity of marriage, then I just think that you're upholding standards that you don't actually live by.
Now, there's a very specific kind of audience for this type of content and for content creators like JustPearlyThings. And this audience is twofold. On the one hand, the audience are red pill male audiences who spend an unusually large portion of their time online. And on the other hand, it is as modern women who watch in disbelief or anger at the hypocrisy and stupidity of what is being said. However, these modern woman audiences who watch in disbelief are far less likely to stick around. They'll watch 1 or 2 videos before checking out. That, however, is fine insofar as going viral is the main objective of the JustPearlyThings business model. However, the real money, the real meat and bones of what this business model is looking for can be found with these red pill male audiences. You will mainly see them as the frequent super chatters on the Fresh and Fit podcast, on the pre-game show that JustPearlyThings hosts, on the Whatever podcast. They super chat incessantly and extravagantly. I think primarily to outbid each other, to show that they are the true supporters, to show that they can invest more money into the show and the message than the previous guy. It's a form of peacocking among the audience. This isn't spoken about much, but it's very interesting to see in action. It's clear that these super chatters want personal attention from their heroes, from the people who are spreading their message and what they want to hear.
Okay, and then we have the real Mr. Meatball. Thank you, man. Thank you for all your support tonight. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I like to connect with some of the, top G patrons. Thank you, man. This man does a live podcast. He is way less risk averse than average. Thank you, man.
The purpose of watching and super chatting this content is for the audience to feel vindicated. Vindication derives from their perception that they are being unfairly treated in the modern dating market, and specifically the bias that it seems to have toward women. However, what is clear and what is very important to note is that the idea of modern woman to this audience is always framed as a very particular kind of woman. Instagram models, OnlyFans content creators, female social media influencers whose following is largely due to the way that they look, women who benefit from pretty privilege, women who get noticed online and gain attention and a following because of their desirability and sexual appeal. These are the only women that these audiences and content creators preoccupy their time with. These are the only women who they consider to be woman. Everybody else is either a whale, is either too old and has eggs that have dried up, or is their mother. And what is noticeable about this content is that it is incredibly successful. And its success derives from the fact that it has an audience who are uniquely susceptible to rage farming. According to Wikipedia, rage farming or baiting is internet slang that refers to a manipulative tactic to elicit outrage with the goal of increasing internet traffic, online engagement, revenue, and support. The neologism clickbait refers to sensationalist content on the internet that focuses on attracting click-throughs at the expense of accuracy and quality. The term has been used since January 2022, and I think that Riley May is the ultimate example of how successful this type of content is. And so for this part of the video, I would like to do a little deep dive into the content and successful rage farming of Riley May. One comment on Riley May's TikTok reads, "You're really trying everything." And that is precisely what Riley May's content is, and something that she has in common with JustPearlyThings. Before JustPearlyThings was JustPearlyThings, she was trying everything and doing everything for virality.
First question I had was, how did you initially blow up on TikTok? I blew up on TikTok because I was really blessed because my parents just have like really cool stuff. My dad's like nuts, so he bought this like big water slide from a water park, and I just told the story of how the town didn't want him to put him up. Yeah, that was like, that got me like, I don't know, 15,000 followers like overnight. Like I just woke up with like a bunch of followers. When that happened, I realized that I was good at telling stories. I just kept posting basically what worked. So then I started posting confessions, breakup quizzes, stuff with my siblings, just whatever seemed to work at the time. I went from 15,000 to 215,000 on TikTok. Is social media what you want to do long term? Yes. So my goal is ideally I'd like to build a personal brand and make money off of views, off of sponsorship. If that doesn't work out, I'd still like to be in video and media in some sort. So I'd like to help other people grow online, or I would like to do video editing, whatever makes sense.
There's a particular feature of going viral that is integral to it. Because the intent is virality, there is no need for consistency. As we know, JustPearlyThings contradicts herself incessantly, and that really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because on the one hand, going viral means that you sort of hit the jackpot once, people watch your viral video once, and that is the ultimate objective. They are not going to go back into your catalog of over 6,000 videos looking for instances of when you have completely contradicted yourself. And I think most importantly, and on the other hand, your audience are an audience of people who are hypocrites themselves. They are individuals who contradict themselves incessantly. It doesn't matter that you contradict yourself, that you are not consistent in your views and perspectives, because your audience doesn't care. Riley started off on TikTok doing everything that she could to get onto the For You page, everything that she could do to go viral. And one TikTok is very telling of something that she realized at quite a young age. If you are a pretty young woman and you shake your ass, you will go viral on TikTok. The only issue with this is that every young, pretty woman on TikTok started doing this, and they can't all go viral. Riley's early content was focused explicitly on her ass, on looking pretty, on having a glow up, and on basically just being a body. Sadly, because of how saturated that market was, Riley wasn't hitting those numbers that she also desired. She realized that it wasn't enough to just wear less, to shake her bare cheeks, or to push up her breasts. And she realized this, I believe, with one video that blew up. This video didn't blow up because Riley was on a beach doing a TikTok dance move thing, wearing basically no clothes with her bare cheeks out. This video went viral because of one particular thing. Allegedly, based on the reflection in Riley's sunglasses, Riley brought a ring light to the beach. She became known as the girl who brought a ring light to the beach in the daytime in the summer. She got onto the For You page not just because she was pretty and wearing basically no clothes. She got onto the For You page because she was all of those things and looked stupid. People didn't want to see a hot slut. They wanted to see a stupid hot slut. And so Riley gave them exactly what they wanted. However, the virality of this kind of content didn't last long. People obviously realized that once you get ridiculed for bringing a ring light to the beach once, you doing it over and over and over again is going to get firstly old, and ultimately people are going to realize that you are just fishing for their views. Riley eventually stopped making these videos because of the reasons that I just said, and moved on to a form of content that I think rarely cemented what she has become now. There was an era in Riley's content in which she would incessantly and rather aggressively promote her OnlyFans. This was a very important era in Riley's content, and I think that it is because of how it made her audience look rather than how it made her look. Importantly, when Riley was promoting this content, it was during a time when OnlyFans was popping off. It was during the pandemic. pandemic, when more and more young women were going on to OnlyFans, and also when that kind of content around OnlyFans was quite a big deal. However, considering that the average OnlyFans content creator makes no more than $200 a month, you have to promote it any way you can. And that is what Riley was doing. However, to no real avail. She did this with a series called Kiss or Slap. Riley would walk up to strangers in public places and ask them, kiss or slap?
Kiss or slap?
Slap.
Come on. Oh!
What's your name?
My name is Riley.
Oh, you're a little bit nervous now.
A little nervous? It's okay. I don't bite. Only on my OF. Kiss or slap?
Kiss or slap? That's a good question. Kiss.
Kiss?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Don't you have a wife?
Oh, yeah, we're there, but that's okay. She's not very jealous.
That's the type of relationship you guys have?
You serious?
If that's the case, you should see what I have on my OF.
I don't mind.
Kiss or slap?
Slap.
Slap? Okay. Oh my god! Hi, sir.
Hi.
Kiss or slap?
Kiss.
Okay. What are you doing?
I changed my mind.
Oh my god! He got that old man strength. Kiss or slap?
Grab. Fuck consent. Fuck consent. Fuck consent.
Now, the reason why I think this era of content failed for Riley was because of the following. Firstly, this content didn't make Riley look stupid on her own. It made her audience look stupid. As manifestations of her audience, or ultimately being on the side of her audience, the strangers who partook in these scripted videos were made to look desperate and horny. They didn't come out looking cool, suave, sophisticated, and above this kind of content. This kind of viewership and audience don't like to look stupid. They don't like to look like they are desperate. And this was a recipe for disaster and for low views. And that is exactly what Riley got. To compensate for these lower than usual views, Riley began making content in which she would take historical figures which she was sure would have an OnlyFans today.
Historical figures that would definitely have an OF. Part 2. A French president once died from a BJ. My man Felix Faure quite literally got his soul sucked out of him. Empress Wu Zetian demanded that government officials show their loyalty by performing cunnilingus on her in an open court. A famous ancient Greek doctor named Hippocrates would often taste his patients to diagnose them. And what would he taste, you may ask? Anything from earwax, urine, and even vaginas to diagnose people. Julius Caesar got around a lot. If you insulted him, he'd get with your wife, your sister, and your mom. He also did it with men, pretty much seizing every opportunity he got. A famous pirate named Anne Bonny would fight with one boob out just to show that not only are you about to get murdered, but you're about to get murdered by an 18-year-old girl. Oh, this? This is my murder titty. And if you want to see it, you should check out my OF.
Based on the comment sections, people really did not like this kind of content. It was becoming obvious to them that Riley was, well, quite desperate. Basically, people didn't like seeing men looking horny and stupid, and that was inadvertently what Riley made them look like. Until one particular video. This was a video that Riley would repeat several times with the exact same script. Ironically, she would use the exact same men that she had used in her kiss or slap videos, but obviously her audience did not care, as we've explained about this business model. This series was called Do You Have Any Kids? And it went viral.
Do you have any kids?
I do.
What do they do?
One of them's an engineer, and the other is a judge.
You must be really proud of them.
I am. And you? What do you do?
Well, I do OF.
I've never heard of that. What's OF?
Oh, I just, I kind of sell spicy content of myself online.
What do you mean by spicy content?
Like this.
Whoa, your parents must be proud of you.
It's actually on sale this month.
That sounds like a good deal. Good luck with OF.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 3.
What do they do?
One's a venture capital expert, one's a nurse practitioner, and one's a bike shop manager.
Wow, you must be really proud of them.
What do you do?
I do OF.
What's OF?
I sell spicy pictures of myself on the internet, like this.
Wow, your parents must be really proud of you.
Yeah.
Comparing these videos, both of which are with the same individual, the same stranger, and also are of two different series, it's quite interesting to see how people engaged with both videos and why. In the "Do you have any kids" video, people described the stranger and others like him who followed in the exact same other scripted videos fatherly, respectable men, the kind of father that Riley should have had growing up. The video is described as actually being very sad, as depressing, as what the influence of not having a positive father figure and the right morals growing up can lead you into. What it really showed was how audiences really liked seeing an OnlyFans content creator being humbled, being embarrassed or ashamed of how she made money, of being compared to kids who had respectable jobs, who had parents that were proud of them, who specifically had a father who raised their kids right. And I think this is specifically when Riley started to realize a very important formula for going viral and attracting views. Riley making self-degrading content mixed with a tinge of girls are so dumb was making her a lot of money. She was incorporating her original virality of being the girl dancing almost starkers on the beach with a ring light, with the added addition of an important side character, a modern man humbling a deluded young woman. The important thing about this business model that Pearl Davis has truly capitalized on, and that Riley May is now capitalizing on, is that you have to be stupid. You cannot look smarter than your audience, or at least than what your audience perceives themselves as being.
Men value symmetry. So, also, I'm a bad speller, so if I spell anything wrong, you know, AKA beauty. I guess we'll say in shape.
So yeah, I mean, like,
I'm not gonna say I'm an expert in studies, okay? Sure. I'm not that smart. All right, I'll just, you know. But I just feel like sometimes, like, super smart people will read all these studies, and it's like they'll be saying things that, like, common sense. Like, I don't need to study to read.
And are these your politics that inform your worldview? Do you have a political outlook on life?
I would say I'm like more conservative, but like, no, it's just what I see in front of me, like, to be honest.
You're not that's the sense I get from you. You're not ideological. You just go, that's stupid, that doesn't work, etc. Right? That's my take on it. That's my sense of you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something else there. No.
So, who do you like on the Republican side, Trump or
Whoever
DeSantis?
thinks women shouldn't vote. My dad really likes Rob DeSantis. You know, I liked Trump. I just thought he was hilarious. Just as an entertainer alone, he was so funny. I'm a woman. We just watch things and just that's how we make our opinions. But I wouldn't say I know all the ins and outs of like policy.
The best way to do that, at least for Riley, is to incorporate a male side character who makes her look stupid, who highlights the hypocrisy and the double standards of her as a modern woman. The best way for her to do that was with a series, and is currently with a series that has truly, and I mean truly, gone viral. Rate me on a scale of 1 to 10, but first, take a good look.
Rate me on a scale from 1 to 10, but first, take a good look.
I'm gonna have to go with a 3 or a 4 on a good day if you're lucky.
What? That's so low, why?
Roots are brown, titties are fake.
Why do you think they're fake?
They're too big and too perfect.
They're too big and perfect?
Yeah.
Well, that's like a compliment.
I know, but real ones aren't like that. I'm a real guy. I like real things.
Okay, is there anything else?
And your feet. I mean, they look like canoes with laces. They're gigantic.
I'm literally a size 5. Like, that is so small.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 4'11".
No, I don't think so. They look big.
Rate me on a scale from 1 to 10, but first, take a good look.
3.
What? Why a 3?
A couple more inches would be good, and these look like they're from the dollar store.
Oh my god, I can't believe you'd say that.
Outfit looks like it's from Walmart. I don't think it looks good.
Oh my god. I mean, at least you're honest.
I mean, I could keep going if you want me to.
No, it's okay. I'm good. Have a nice day. Rate me on a scale from 1 to 10, but first, take a good look.
A 3.
What? Why a 3?
Check the toe.
Why were you even looking there?
I need you to touch up your hair too. Maybe get some contacts.
I just spent $1,000 to get my hair done last week.
Do you know what lip gloss is? A little chapstick?
Well, that was kind of rude.
Sorry. Maybe just one more thing. Your feet are big as hell.
And time and again, people fall for this. People fall for these videos just like Clown World did. If you watch Riley's entire catalogue, which her audience obviously do not do. And if they do, they don't care, because remember, they are just as contradictory, just as invested in the double standards as the content creators themselves. It is obvious that all of this content is scripted and fake. It is obvious that this is all with a very purposeful intent of garnering views. Rage sells, and women profit.
Excuse me, would you like to come home with me or open a mystery gift?
I'm gonna go with the gift.
Oh, okay. Well, take what you want. Go ahead.
I mean, I like Frosty, so I'll go with Frosty. Oh, cool. It is a Switch.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've been wanting one of these for a while.
No way. Do you want to know how I paid for it?
How?
Okay, come here.
Oh.
Makes sense, right?
As a side project and in support of this theory, Riley also does a sort of live reaction series on her TikTok now. What she does is sits in a type of streamer setup where she has her fake boobs exposed to the masses. Riley is very well known for her boobs, and especially now since she has started putting blush all over them, which makes them look veiny and red as if something is wrong and makes them look, well, very noticeable.
I'm a 10 and everybody's a 10 if they feel like they're a 10.
Yeah, 10, right? You got it. I'm a 10, man.
I think I'm a 10. My girlfriend thinks I'm a 10.
Oh, I'm a 10. Most definitely. I look in the mirror and I'd be like,
at the moment, I'm a fucking 11. Are you kidding me?
She will react to either women being humbled and ultimately agree with them, in which case her audience is divided between the women who call her a pick-me, who call her an absolute fool to have fallen into this trap of the red pill, or young men who say that she is, well, exactly what the red pill needs. Win Riley. But ultimately, both rival camps increase her engagement, increase traffic to her channel, and make her viral. On the other hand, she makes the same kind of videos, except with the purposeful intent of making herself look stupid, or making herself look like the deluded hypocrite of a modern woman, calling herself a virgin, of which her audience obviously do not believe, playing into being a stupid bimbo. And that's where comments such as this one come in. I followed you because you speak facts on your reacting video. I'm unfollowing. I just don't like your content no more. No hate. As I've said, this business model is making a lot of young women a lot of money very quickly because they are realizing that it is not enough to merely cater toward the sexual desperation, the sexual needs and desires of young men online, especially as these young men are so susceptible to the red pill and are very susceptible to a recognition that the modern dating market is really not doing them any favors. They blame feminism for this and ultimately modern woman. There is a realization in this kind of business model that it isn't enough to just be a beautiful or pretty, sexy young thing. It isn't enough to just be attractive, especially if you want to garner the most views. You need to think about your audience before yourself. You need to think about what your audience wants to see, not what they ought to see. And therefore, morality or any kind of sort of self-reflection is unnecessary and is unwarranted.
Yes, it's a red flag if she has male friends. You're gonna have all these guys around you and you think that they're your friends, but in reality, all of them want to sleep with you. Well,
maybe not all of them, but 95%. Literally text any guy on your phone right now, hey, do you want to come over? And I guarantee you they're gonna say yes. But you're not gonna do that because you love the attention that comes with having all of these guys around you. And not only that, but girls use it as a weapon to make their boyfriends jealous. When a woman posts a picture in a bikini and then sees her DMs like covered with men, then the next time her boyfriend's not on his best behavior, she can use that as a weapon. She can automatically post a picture, find a replacement, and be out to dinner with somebody new that night. Now, tell me we're not creating narcissistic women if this is the setup that social media is providing women. Women should not be using makeup. I don't like makeup. I don't think women should be using it, and honestly, it takes away from their natural beauty. It's capitalizing on women's insecurities when it's something that they could easily fix. When you look at the ingredients on this stuff, you realize just how bad it is for you. And when you understand how the skin absorbs things, you realize that makeup is just making your skin worse, causing you to buy more of the product to cover up the problems that it created for you.
You can copy content from each other. You can read something verbatim from another content creator, another female content creator making the exact same content as you. Riley copied a particular series on her channel from another female content creator called Jessica Palmadisa.
Calling strangers in Beverly Hills, my scar daddy.
I'm in Beverly Hills right now with my new sugar daddy, right here.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, I'm just letting TikTok know that I'm out in Beverly Hills with my new sugar daddy.
She sure is.
And he said he's gonna buy anything I want while we're out here. Where were we heading?
Let's go.
Where were we heading?
Let's go to Tiffany's.
Okay, perfect.
The jewelry store.
Oh, it was just a joke, actually. It was for TikTok.
Me explaining it was just a TikTok.
No, I was serious.
Alright, so he's serious, so we're actually going.
Yes, we are.
Calling strangers in Beverly Hills,
Guys,
my
I'm
scar
out here in
daddy.
Beverly Hills with my new sugar daddy.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, I was just letting my fans know that I'm in Beverly Hills with my new sugar daddy.
She sure is.
And he's gonna buy me anything I want while we're out here. Isn't that right?
Let's go.
Okay, where are we going?
Tiffany's.
Tiffany's.
The jewelry store.
Okay, let's go. I'm so sorry, that was just for a video. I do social media.
I was serious.
He was actually serious, so we're going.
Yes, we are.
Jessica has a very diverse catalogue of content, but her most noteworthy and most viral content is that which either makes her look like she's being humbled by men, or that which exposes the different dating standards between men and women, specifically that which shows women being deluded.
How much do you spend on a first date?
An easy 50.
How much do you spend on a first date?
I'd say probably like $50 is a good medium.
How much should a guy spend on the first date?
500.
2,000. How much should a guy spend on the first date?
I don't know, but like, don't do cheap dates. Like, low budget, no.
Her views mainly come by showing how men are treated in modern dating, how unjustly they are treated relative to women. She does this by, for instance, in some videos, aggressively asking out men.
Aggressively getting guys' numbers.
Number in my phone right now.
Sorry.
Good boy.
Aggressively getting guys' numbers.
I'm gonna need your number.
Why do you need my number?
Do you know how phones work so I could call you?
And why do you want to call me?
Because I like skateboarding guys now.
But I'm not a skateboarding guy.
Oh.
Awkward.
All right, let's cut the chit chat. I just need your number. Thank you. I never say thank you, so that was a big thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you live here?
I live here, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Are you by yourself?
Yep.
Not anymore. No, just kidding.
Hitting on older men gone
Can I get both
wrong.
of your numbers? Are you their wives?
Yeah.
Whoops.
You like numbers?
Oh, I think your wives are yelling at you though.
No, don't worry about that.
Oh, don't worry about it.
You want sugar daddy?
Why coming?
I never be.
Why you coming here? I mean, talking to him is bad people.
Yeah, I don't want to cause any problems. It was just a joke, guys. It was just a joke.
I am speechless.
The way that all these men respond is by giving her their number. This is something that men could never do. They could never go to a random woman on the street and say, phone number now. Exposing this stark difference is something that her audience really enjoys seeing. Riley copied a sugar daddy buys me stuff at Tiffany's video that Jessica made. This was a perfect recipe for rage farming. My ick is when a girl copies a video word for word. And Riley has copied Jessica in this sense as well, interviewing people, specifically young women, in order to show how deluded we are.
What's the ideal salary for a guy?
I'd say he'd have to be netting at least a couple million.
A couple million? That's a lot.
Girl, you gotta keep your standards high.
That's true. How do you plan to achieve a guy like that?
Probably just like going to Equinox and putting on makeup and looking hot.
She's asking for a lot and only has looking hot to bring to the table. $5, take it or leave it. Should have asked her salary. Yeah, sure, a couple million. What else does he need to own half of America? She should buy those 12 cats now if that's her standard. And girl, that's why you're single. Better be gagging on demand. Has to make millions, says the 4. She get humbled one day. Gotta keep your standards high. Damn right, anyone making that much knows she ain't worth shit. At least we work. What is very telling about this content is that when you look into it enough, when you analyze these videos, it is so very, very clear that all of this is fake, all of this is scripted, and all of this is in order to cater to the most basic and lowest instinct of human beings online today, and that is rage. As I've said, rage sells and women profit. And what is interesting is that I'm sure that this business model is going to keep being a thing because the hypocrisy of it doesn't matter. The irrationality of it doesn't matter. That Riley is simply playing a bit, a character. That Riley knows precisely what she is doing doesn't matter to the audience. They are vindicated because here is a pretty young, hot woman who is an OnlyFans creator, either looking stupid and humiliated or agreeing with them insofar as their perspective on men being superior or men having a pretty hard time in the modern dating market is concerned. The most important thing, however, is that these young women don't look smarter than their audience. They cannot look more intelligent and they cannot be more intelligent, even though the fact that they are running this entire business venture, specifically that of Riley, really does demonstrate a kind of business savviness and intelligence. But I think it's indicative of where we are right now in terms of gender relations, because this isn't just a Riley May or a Pearl Davis thing. This is a thing that we can see on the likes of the Whatever podcast, where these young women contact the host of the show, Brian, and ask to be on his podcast. They come onto his show. They ultimately sit there knowing that they are going to be berated, humiliated, and insulted, but that at the end of it, these young men who are watching them are going to sign up to their OnlyFans, are going to follow them on Instagram, are going to obsess over them and send them money either directly or indirectly, not just because they've reeled them in with being pretty, with being good looking and hot, but because they make the audience feel superior. They make them feel vindicated and justified in their animosity and a lot of the times their blatant misogyny, pretending that they are virgins, pretending that they do not have a boyfriend in real life, pretending that they are stupid. All of this plays into not just their brand, but their profits. Because if you think about it, if they catered toward normal people with normal lives who don't spend all their time online, I mean, they wouldn't be making a cent. To make money, you have to cater toward what is there. And what is there, clearly, based on the numbers of the likes of Fresh and Fit, the Whatever podcast, and JustPearlyThings, are young men who are pretty antisocial, who are neurodivergent, who are autistic, who are incels, who are very much invested in the rhetoric of the red pill, who are very very invested in protecting and regaining or reclaiming masculinity, who are starkly anti-feminist and who are either borderline or explicitly misogynistic and woman-hating. You're not going to make money from the people who are a little bit more sane. You are going to make a lot of money from those who are unhinged. I don't think that this business model is going anywhere very soon, and I would definitely advise that when you watch this kind of content, you go back into the catalogue of these individuals, of these people. You find out as much as you can about them, research them, find out their opinions and perspectives on things, see if they fit into this criteria of this particular model, and then think about it for a little while. Because I'm sorry to break it to you, but Riley May is a lot more intelligent than her boobs may make her look. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found something useful in it. Do let me know your thoughts down below. Please do subscribe. My goal is to reach 150k subscribers by the end of the year, and I would very much love it if you could help me toward that little dream of mine. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see all of you very, very soon in the next one.